just have it pulled up on Instagram. All right, guys. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Laugh and Death podcast. I am your host this episode. My name is Alex or Zelamata. I have Fern.
What's up, everybody?
And I have David right across
What's
from
up,
me.
guys? How's it going?
How's everybody doing? How we doing? We're good?
Yeah.
Everybody's chilling?
Yeah.
Nice. So make sure you guys follow us on YouTube. It's youtube.com/laughanddeath. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on Instagram at Laugh and Death Podcast. Speaking of our Instagram, David here, he asked the community through our Laugh and Death podcast for some questions, some Ask Me Anything type thing on the Instagram stories so we can get some more audience engagement. And I also took the responsibility of doing it on my personal Instagram, and I asked my friends and followers the same thing, basically. Ask me what topic should we talk about on this week's podcast, and I'm glad some of you guys responded. We're going to shout you out. The first one I want to go with is going to be my good friend, music partner from Nasty Weekend, Leo Zeno on Instagram. He put punishment for false rape allegations.
Ooh, okay.
Which is a very
heavy topic.
Strong topic. So I guess we're going to start it off with that first. So, well, I guess first off, I don't know what his basis is on, like, what's our take on it or what is the punishment for false rape allegations. I mean, there's something called Google, but I'm joking, Leo. I fuck with him all the time. So, yeah, I mean, first, I kind of want to break it down. I guess maybe, like, the whole accusations of things, like, that's fucked up, man. Like, you can ruin someone's entire life. Like,
A woman can ruin a man's life just by making a simple allegation.
I mean, I want to say it goes both ways.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Sometimes it just doesn't, you know.
Yeah, but I guess did you have it pulled up? Did you had looked it up, didn't you?
Oh no, I have my feelings on it.
You have your feelings on it?
Yeah.
What are your feelings on it?
My feelings are in the event that a man is accused of rape and they're found false because of a woman's scorn. Maybe she thought like we had something going, or maybe there was an affair going on or whatever, and she felt, you know what, this guy fucked me over. I'm gonna go ahead and ruin his fucking life by accusing him of rape, even though everything was consensual. That is too far when it comes to
Getting revenge.
Getting revenge,
back
exactly.
at somebody.
So I feel that the woman should serve prison time, or they need to also have, or if they don't do prison time, they're going to have to go on. It's going to have to go on the record, letting them know that they are I don't know, like
scumbag.
Not a scumbag.
Piece of shit.
Piece of
But
bitch,
like
a bitch.
No, like kind of like the Scarlet Letter. Like it's not tattooed
Bitch.
on them, or it's not like a freaking.
But it's on their file. Bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
No.
okay. Home wrecker. Like, they're a certified home wrecker,
No. Yeah,
and they should have to. They're gonna have to live with it. Like it's just like somebody who's known for pedophilia or whatever, which is another thing I wanted to bring up probably later. But yeah, I think they just should have to be labeled as a previous
offender.
But
offender.
what, I mean, is there any examples of like what has been?
Well, the most recent one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Yeah.
The most recent one that I saw was that guy, the football player that spent. I think he spent like 10 years in jail because the woman lied about it, and then like she kind of came clean after a while. And he got exonerated or whatever that word is, and I think she's already serving like 6 years in jail. Like so, he served less. She's gonna serve less time than him. So I think if you were to accuse somebody of falsely of rape, because of course like nobody wants to be like, no, you're a fucking liar, but once evidence comes out or like she retracts her statement, blah blah blah, like in this case, like she just served the amount of time that he was gonna serve. The punishment should be equal. Like if we say like if you're going to jail for 10 years and 2 years in she's like, hey, I lied, and she only gets like a year for lying. No, you should serve those
if
10
not
years.
more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
fuck, like
Those 10 years plus whatever the punishment is for
'cause
lying about it.
you're literally taking away I don't know how old the guy was, but you're taking away someone's time.
Yeah, and this guy had like a full scholarship to go to play college football, and like he was one of the top recruits and stuff, and like I think when he got out, the Vikings gave him a chance to try out for the team or some team, NFL team, and of course he didn't make it because he wasn't in shape the way he was back then.
Jeez, man. I mean,
She cheated him out of millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Of living his life and like, oh man.
Woman scorn, man. That's what
I'm all for respecting women, right? But
Yeah,
not
but-
these bitches.
And of course, like we're just saying like the women, whatever. But I'm pretty sure it happens both ways. It's just
Yeah, of course.
the women one is the one you hear the most, and like So what was our other question?
So the other question, thanks Leo for that one. We're gonna shout you out. The other question I got was from another good friend, B Hill Hernandez. And
B
he
Hill,
said,
like Benny Hill. I
don't know what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking young ass bitch.
Sorry. I'm like a year younger than you.
Fucking
So
young
all
ass
he
bitch.
put, literally he put, I'm down to talk about aliens. Aliens.
Aliens.
I need the hair.
Yeah.
Aliens. I mean,
Yeah, like those illegal aliens coming through the border.
Yeah,
that Trump is
bring-
trying to stop.
build a
Wait.
fucking wall, man.
Oh, wait,
I
I
want
don't-
my taxes.
I don't think it's that kind of
Oh
aliens.
shit, yeah, that's the outer aliens. Well, wait, he's dealing with those too.
Space Force.
He's got the Space Force.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, we're fucking laughing about that, but maybe, I mean, not maybe, definitely, he's in the future. Like,
He's thinking about the future.
yeah, he's thinking about the future. You never know. Well, I mean, what would you call it? Before we get into the alien thing, what would you call a force that's
In space?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
The Air Force wouldn't be Air Force because the air is here, right?
Yeah,
Or would
yeah.
they be?
Galaxy Force, Guardians of the Galaxy. Just something dumb like that.
I don't know. That I never thought about.
Milky Way Marines,
Yeah, I like that. That's fucking cool.
MWM.
Solar System soldiers. I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's fucking dope. SSS.
Hey, somebody write to Trump. Be like, hey, got a new
man.
name for you.
Yeah, bring us some Big Macs. We can get you some good shit. No. Okay, so I guess just getting into aliens. I mean,
Okay, yes or no? Believe in aliens?
yes,
Yes.
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 Do you think they visit Earth at one point in time? Because there's always those ancient alien shows on this History Channel where they're like,
Saying like these constructions or whatever. Like
Yeah.
we don't have the technology or the things today so advanced to pick up these heavy objects.
and there's
stuff.
hieroglyphics with alien spaceships like
Yeah.
flying saucers and shit, and you're like, oh, okay, that looks a little like that.
I just hate that those shows always end in like, well, what if? You know, like
Yeah.
it's just never really like. Just come on, dude. Stop teasing us. Like
Just
we
tell me
know,
this
like
or not.
I mean, I don't even want to call them aliens. Just more so, I want to call them just like other existence, like other life. You know, we can't be the only life forms. Come on. You know what I mean?
I mean, I believe in different universes and stuff like that. Like not universes, but what is it? Multiverse. Like
Okay, like parallel universes.
Parallel universes. I believe that there's somebody like me, an infinite of me, doing something slightly different in every single universe. And
So why wouldn't there be in that same imagination and that thought? You know?
Exactly. So I mean, if the probability infinite goes on forever, so I mean, there has to be another me somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so I completely believe that there is aliens out there. I just feel like we may have passed it. Maybe they're extinct.
I don't think so.
Maybe
I mean,
they're
like with like that story that we talked about last time about the skyscraper shaped object passing through Earth or not atmosphere, but like through Earth's orbit and then like hitting the sun and like just kind of like taking off. Well, that same research team that found the object, the guy has tenure at Harvard, so he's like a lot of Harvard professors or like even like university professors, they believe in aliens and they see these things and they can't say anything because people could just laugh at them like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. But he's like, I have tenure. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I'm not going to get fired. So he's saying like, I really believe that was an alien's probe. Just passing through the universe and like activating whenever there's life forms around. And like they're basically just fishing and like seeing what's out there.
Yeah. It's fucking insane to think about. It's scary to think about. But also, I guess like the fact that there's not been contact, but like if the government knows and all this stuff, like people think this is a conspiracy that like government's hiding all this shit from us and whatever. But what if the government? It's like it's true. Aliens exist. They're here. And what if they present it to us and like I mean, the thought of other life outside this planet destroys a lot of ideologies and a lot of people people believe in that a lot of cultures that have believed in this thing all their life. You know what I mean? So like, it's not an easy thing to talk about.
Because
So
the whole concept of God is a human-based creation. Because yes, you may believe in a higher power, and all power to you. Like I believe in a higher power too, but the fact that the humans came up with this God or whatever, and there's several types of gods because nobody can agree. Imagine if aliens came out and said there is no God, or what if they don't believe in God or whatever? Like if they found life on another planet, they've yet to do so. But if they were, then the Earth-based God doesn't exist because it's a creature on another planet. You get it?
yeah,
So that's what's so freaking trippy to me. And I believe if in the event that aliens come out, there will be mass suicides.
I think so.
Yeah, on a lot of different religious bases. Like I truly believe that there's going to be mass suicide if an alien ever comes.
How do you think they're gonna distribute the information? Like in a pamphlet, like a DVD,
Right.
or like
An ad on YouTube.
Yeah. Like, hey, check out our new neighbors.
Yeah.
Coming this fall.
Yeah, the Glizaglorbs, right? Like, what the fuck? And I'm so skip the fucking ad. I don't fucking want to pay you premium YouTube. You know what I mean? 5-second ad, I still skip it. I don't know.
It's going to be on Hulu.
Some fucking higher knowledge enlightenment shit.
It's gonna be fucking like a reality show, like Big Brother, like inside the spaceship.
Yeah.
It's like trying to get to know him. Like, oh, I really like Big Blurb. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard he has a big flap blower, right? Some fucking bullshit.
Zork.
Yeah.
Who knows? But like, I thought it was like a really cool concept. With Arrival, the movie Arrival. Remember we talked about it on the podcast.
Sure.
Did you ever get to watch it?
Arrival?
Yeah, it's about aliens. They come and they just like stay stationary, and they're all over the world in certain areas. And I think it happens in Montana or something like that, where they're just in the middle of a field. A spaceship's there. You go stand underneath it. You get taken up or whatever. Sure. But the whole concept of like communication and it's like, okay, time is a circle, or no, it's a flat thing. But
like time isn't linear the way it is on. Like for them, time is like just another dimension. It's not just like point A to point B. Like it's point A and then point B is like over there, but point C is back this way, and it's just
And so the way they would communicate is through like this circle. So instead of reading like a page, an entire circle was an entire explanation to you, but like in one thing. So they communicated really quickly.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I thought that was like super interesting.
Is it an older movie, Arrival, or
it came out like maybe 2-3 years ago?
Oh shit! On like in theaters or? Okay, I need to look it up.
Yeah, speaking
That's
of
Jeremy Renner.
Speaking of like alien movies, like how do they all come up with this whole like concept of aliens, like the flying saucer, and then like it be able to have a tractor be able to pick you up, and then like, or even then like the whole probing thing, like why?
Like that has to come from some type of influence.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean.
Even the people that first like got like abducted or whatever, like they always say like, oh, my genitals felt weird, or like they had stabbing in my genitals. Yeah. Like why? Like, well, how did you come up with like? Yeah, they took my dick and they took some samples from me. Like, you know,
that's hot.
They put it in my ass, and then I was like, and they're like, ooh, and they're like, yeah.
Shit. Maybe because that's like those are the areas that are most vital for us for excrement of our bodily fluids and shit, and like shit goes in and out, mostly in. But maybe that's why. But I like to ask that question, not even only just with aliens, but like zombies and stuff and like shit like that. Like who thought about like
flesh eating and like
flesh eating and just the undead or whatever, people who died once but are back alive, but now they're like rotten fucking corpses and shit. Like, where does the influence come from? You know what I mean? I know we're in a different generation, but I know it's passed down from storytelling and shit. But who's like coming up with this shit first? You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it's written in the hieroglyphics, right? Like shit like that, the aliens and shit. So it's got to be some level of truth in there. Yeah. But those were freaking awesome topics. Thank you, Leo and B Hill. I know we also got another one from the Laugh and Death podcast.
Yes, we got hit up by forgot his name.
My brother, Alex.
Okay, he hit us up on our Laugh and Death Instagram and said, "Hey, when are y'all going to talk about Game of Thrones?" And we'd like to announce that we're going to have a Game of Thrones podcast coming out next week. We're going to have a special guest on there. It's going to be a Game of Thrones expert. We're going to talk all things Game of Thrones spoilers. We're going to talk about how we want to binge the seasons going forward, because we're going to have approximately 70 to 80 days to get through 67 hours of content. So we hope you all can join us next week as we talk about Game of Thrones. And it's going to be a strictly all Game of Thrones podcast. So if you're not into it or you're not into the spoilers, you can always check it out at a later date. And yeah, I'm super excited to sit down.
Just for the
with,
record, I have not seen Game of Thrones, but I am going to watch it for this because I need to be a part of this, because it looks like an interesting show to me.
It's amazing,
and I know a lot of people talk great things about it, so I do want to get into it for sure.
Yeah. So shout out to Alex for your question, and yeah, we are really looking forward to sitting down and talking about Game of Thrones with everyone. So
definitely.
So I have a serious question for you all.
Okay.
It's more of a scenario. A billionaire takes you, Alex, Fernie, myself, locks us up in a classroom, and he says, "You need to fight to survive." Well, let me get to it.
Okay.
You're locked in a room with 30 5-year-olds. 30 5-year-olds. So kids.
Yeah.
How many of those little motherfuckers do you think you could take out?
30.
You think you could take all 30 out?
I could take like 40, throw 10 more.
Yeah.
So,
for shits
okay,
and
they're
giggles.
going to come in waves, right? So they're going to come in at you 10 at a time, but every 10 you beat, a 13-year-old gets introduced.
Oh, shit.
Kind of like a
He's
boss.
piece of shit.
So I feel...
Is he the early bloomer or the late bloomer 13-year-old?
He's the early bloomer. He's like,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
He's
I
like...
don't fuck with him. He's 0 to 100. Yeah.
So
Okay.
what do you all do? How many of those fucking 5-year-olds do you think you can take out? And I'm not saying you have to kill them. I'm just saying, I mean, if you hit a 5-year-old hard
Batman
enough,
shit.
they're just going to leave you alone. They're going to be scared of
Vigilante
you.
shit, yeah.
But if they all bombard you, do you think you can take them out?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. You know how fucking big I am?
But you got to think, okay, how long do you think you'll last? How long do you think you can take fighting waves of 5-year-olds coming at you?
How much time do you think it costs with a 5-year-old? That sounds a little wrong.
No. I mean, I'm thinking.
Don't
like,
catch for that Me Too shit.
I'm thinking like, okay, you're in, like seriously, you're locked in a room with these fucking kids. I think
Yeah, I'll
you
fuck
go,
'em up. I'll fuck
you
'em
go
all
on
up.
the offensive, man. You
fuck
go
'em
and
all
you
up.
start fucking them up before they come at you, and then
I've already had the ulterior motives and the thoughts of fucking up 5-year-olds anyway, because they're pieces of shit. So I'll just fuck them all up. I'd say I could just go for it and fuck them all up. The 13-year-old, I don't know. He'll fucking...
well, every 10 that you beat, they introduce a 13-year-old. So I'm thinking like actual stamina, like how long can you last without getting tired? I think I can go probably
Maybe like 50.
maybe 5 or 6 minutes of nonstop kicking a kid's ass or several kids' ass. You have to go on the offensive, because if you wait for them to come to you, they're gonna fucking.
No,
kick
yeah.
over.
Is there shit in the classrolled like desks?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just
It's just a room.
It's just a fucking room.
Hollowed out room with a
Okay.
bunch of fucking 5-year-olds. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fucking them all up.
Yeah, grab one, spin around with it. Just
Yeah,
use
yeah.
that as
You could use him as a bat.
I'll tell the 13-year-old and be like, hey, you want to fucking make some money? Help me fuck up these kids.
No, man, he's on the billionaire's payroll, dog.
Oh, fuck.
You don't need your shit.
I'll convince him. I'll be like, hey, man, don't work for the fucking man. Don't you want to fuck these kids up too? You know? I'll fuck them all
Nah,
up.
dude.
Me and the 13-year-olds.
I worry that I can get probably past 20, 25, and then eventually, like, you're going to get tired, and then they're going to fucking bombard you. As long as I have a cup on and they're not going for the dick or the balls or whatever, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know how you can't be more than like 10. Like, you know, like it's just, I don't think it's impossible to not beat up at least 10 of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, 20, 25. So,
Yeah.
in reality, how do you all think you would fare?
Maybe like, I said 50. I think like 40. I think I'm good with 40.
Maybe like 20, 30.
So, 40 and 4 13-year-olds?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like 20.
I got that fat boy
maybe
strength.
The fat
Yeah.
boys.
Just sit on them, dog. They got no chance.
They don't know what the fuck those 13-year-olds have. Bringing knives and shit in school. Getting in trouble. You see, there's a big way. There's like you know those memes like, oh, this person at 13, me at 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
Which 13-year-old is it? The fucking like
Alpha 13-year-old.
fuck.
Because when I was in, I think, what are you in 7th grade? 13, right? Because freshman year you're 15. You go you continue. In 7th grade, I had a cousin who had already impregnated his girlfriend twice. He was 13 years old. Both of them were 13 years old. That's fucking ridiculous. These 13-year-olds having sex.
I didn't get hair on my balls till I was in 9th grade.
Damn right.
Fernie's hairless.
Just looks like a mole rat.
He's just like all shriveled.
Okay.
It looks like Frankie between his legs. You little bitch.
I wasn't thinking about this the other day, but I was listening to this podcast and like you brought it up earlier with the whole Bobby Lee, seeing his small dick, whatever.
Yeah.
When's the last time you seen like, or have you ever seen your friend's dick?
Yes, Juan. I've seen his dick a number of times. Yeah.
Okay, you David have seen?
I've seen one of my friend's dicks.
Okay, yeah, me and football.
Well, you couldn't really see it because it was inside his body, but I've seen.
The thing is, though, me and Juan, like, we're both on this.
Dick
I think he's seen my dick too. So like, there's this level of understanding. I think when our relationship got even tighter was because we were both like,
once you all saw each other's
we
dicks.
both knew we had small dicks, so there was no like alpha.
Dang,
like I'm better
Juan.
than you. They might be the same size, and he's short and fat, and I'm fucking tall. You know what I mean? So like we always have this understanding between each other. Like when he's talking about like going out with some girl or something or whatever, and I'll just be like, hey man, like if you can get these girls that you show me that you get, like then we don't have to worry about our size. You know what I mean? It's the motion in the ocean. You know, and it's true.
He's like, this guy's not better than me because he's taller than me.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a tiny little dick.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we think. So yeah, we have this great level of understanding.
That's great. So wait, why are you asking? Have you ever seen one of your friend's dicks?
Not like hey, look at my dick, but just like football practice, like people shower without like boxers on and stuff, and it wasn't like a hey, I'm gonna look at your dick thing. But my friend Justin, he got out of the shower, we split off, and then like turned around. He's like, hey, Franny, and I turned around and looked at him, and he was bending over with his ass open, and his dick was hanging, you know.
Yeah.
I find that so funny. He's tricking you. Oh fuck. Okay.
And then I was listening to this podcast, and then like how like one of the guys was just like, yeah, like you seen Jeff's dick, right? He's like, yeah. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody else's dick here. And then they're just like, I mean, it's not a big deal. So and then like the whole Bobby Lee thing you're talking about, like,
yeah. I think they also say like because they talk about the Comedy Store a lot, which is a venue, and Andrew Santino asks Bobby Lee, and the percentage from all the time you worked at the Comedy Store, like what's the percentage of people that have seen your dick? And Bobby's like, oh, maybe like 60%, 65%. He's like 65% of people. He's just like, oh my god. He's like, yeah. He's like, dude, you would not last in this climate. Like how it is now. He's like, yeah, you're right. It's fucking crazy.
So fucking retarded. Okay, so I was in band. I was like not exposed to the whole like locker room stuff, and I always wore basketball shorts up until I was like 20 years old. Like, in case
to shower,
not to shower, but like in the event that I needed to take off my jeans, like I already had shorts on, right? And also like, yeah, I was just not a part of that whole community.
Yeah, me neither.
But I had a friend who was a football player, and he said that in the locker room, that's why I'm asking you this. In the locker room, there was a clear division of like, okay, these guys aren't circumcised, these guys are circumcised, and they kept their distance from each other. Like they were like in cliques, like, oh yeah, we're the cut crew. That's not a cut crew.
Yeah.
So was that a thing?
I don't think it was ever that specific for us. It was just between like people that would wear their boxers in the shower while they showered and just like put soap and like clean them with them there, or people that just didn't give a fuck and they're just like hanging out with the cocks out.
Straight up, that's why I never got into sports.
What?
Because I was so self-conscious.
Oh, me too.
Because yeah, dude, straight up, and I liked basketball and shit. Like I'd always play with like the neighborhood friends and go out and stuff.
I mean, you didn't have to shower. It's just that you would.
I know,
the
but
fucking whole day.
I know exactly, and I didn't want to do that either. I didn't want to have to stink, so I was like, no, dude, like, and when I would have to shower, like I would go in with my boxers or something, or I'd just be like very cautious and be like, and grab my junk. with fucking. I just cover it with my thumb, and then I fucking walk into the shower.
Yeah, no, I was same thing. Like I used to live across the street from one of my like second or third cousins or whatever. And he was like, "Hey, you should join football with us." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm down. Cool." Like we used to play like in the streets or whatever. And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "But you have to get a physical."
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't want that.
And at like fourth grade, when he's like, "You need to get a physical," I'm like, "What's that?" He's like, "The doctor touches your balls and your dick," and I'm like, "What?"
No.
Nobody. I'm like, at this point, no one's seen me naked since I was like maybe a year and a half, because like my parents would just be like, "All right, you go take a bath," and like they'd leave the door open, and I did my stuff, and then like I took baths like sitting in the tub like with soap and stuff like up until I was like maybe freshman year. Like that was just what I was used to. And being raised like in that household, like we never saw each other naked. I've never seen, and this was something that was like totally like mind blowing to me when I ever got into high school, because like my friend was like, he'd come out of the shower and I'm at home while I'm sitting there in the kitchen talking to his mom, and he walks out butt ass naked, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And he was like, what? It's my mom.
Oh, fuck.
She saw me, and I'm like, you're an adult.
Yeah.
You're developed.
Yeah.
And you're cool with when he's like, yeah, we walk around naked all the time.
Oh no.
And one time I went to their house and I knocked on the door, and I guess she thought it was him. And she opened the door and she was butt ass naked with a towel, and she freaked the fuck out, slammed the door.
Big old titties or not?
I will not say.
It's a yes.
Because he's a listener. He's a listener to the podcast.
Hey,
so I don't
shout out to your mom with the big old titties.
Yeah, I told her, I'm like, dude, I saw your mom naked. Like,
I'm sorry.
I was like, I'm like, dude, I saw your mom naked. Like, she opened the door, and like, I was like this little freshman.
Yeah.
5'3".
Even like when I was like the whole physical thing, I knew about it, and it was just like a.
Do you want to guys know a secret? You want to know a secret?
What?
They don't fucking touch your balls. They just check your spine.
I know exactly.
That's
No,
the
they
thing.
do.
Some do.
No.
Some do.
At the clinic that I went to.
Oh, you've been to every single physical fucking
physical place
every single
in the
doctor in the whole world.
Yeah, pretty much. I was trying to get my balls touched.
I went to mine because they told me for band, they're like, all right, you need to go get a physical. I'm like, why? And they're like, they're just gonna check your spine. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I got there, and it was this big lady. She was like, all right, drop trowel. And I'm like, what? Like I told them, like, I thought you were just gonna check my back. They're like, yeah, but we also have to check if you have a hernia. I'm like, why? I wasn't prepared for that.
And did they?
Yeah, they touched me.
Shit.
And I had to do it every year before marching season started.
No, thank you. I was saying this when I went to go work up north, and I went to go work at the factory. They're like, okay, just take this to the local clinic and go get a physical. And when he said that, I was like, I guess I'm not working here. And I was like, oh fuck it. All right, I'm like, it's time to be a man. You know what I mean? Like my shit went up a centimeter, I'll be fine. You know what I mean? It's a man that's gonna check me. You know. So I went to go get the physical, and he was just like, he didn't even want to look at me. The fucking doctor. He was so disgusted with me. He was just like, all right, yeah, you look fine. Check my breathing. All right, yeah, you're good. That's it. And I was just like, fuck, I could have been in sports. That's the thought that came into my fucking head.
Yeah, and I would go to this one clinic, and that's where I would get all my stuff done. But I knew of a doctor in Elsa who
went above and beyond.
Yeah.
Happy ending.
He was a guy. He was a male doctor, and yeah, he was
scary
in the closet.
Oh no.
Yeah, we found there was like rumors later, like, and I was like, oh, told you, knew it. Ain't touching me.
Anyway, going into
thanks for that, man.
Yeah,
thanks for that.
How did we get into that? What the fuck?
He asked if we had ever seen one of our friends.
Thinking about dicks and shit, right?
Yeah.
No, speaking of thinking about weird shit or kinky shit, I guess. Did you want to bring up that?
All right. Well, we're gonna do a little segment I like to call This Week in Reddit, and I went through Reddit and I found a thread on relationship advice, and it was basically some dude saying how he and his wife had vanilla sex throughout their whole relationship, right? But it slowed down significantly after they had their kid. Mm-hmm. And so she's hanging out with the neighborhood moms, and one of the moms tells her, you guys should try pegging. And if you don't know what pegging is when the woman puts a dildo up the man's ass and fucks him. Mm-hmm. So his wife comes and tells us like, hey, I think we should try pegging. He's like, I don't know. She's like, come on, it'll be fun. Like a probably spice things up. And it's like, okay. So they do it, and he ends up enjoying it. Like it wasn't like the best for him, but it was just like okay. And then he's like, after that, the week after that, our sex life was the best if it's ever been, like ever. And then another week passes, and like she's pegging him again, and that she grabs him by the hair, turns him around, and it's like, I want your shit. And he's just like, whoa, what the fuck? Like he's freaking out. He's like, what'd you say? It's like I want your shit. And it's like, you want me to shit on your chest? Like, yes. It's like, he's like, I got disgusted, and she started crying because she thought I was kink shaming her and blah, blah, blah.
Kink shaming. That's the first time I ever heard that when you said it.
So it goes on with like, they're mad at each other for a week, and then they don't start talking. And then again, they start like having sex again, and he's like inside her, and he's like, oh, now I have to go take a poop. So she gets really excited. She's like, really? She's like, yeah. And it's like, oh, well, let's try it. He's like, I don't want to. So they end up going to the bathroom. She sits in the tub, and he's like ass hanging over the tub, like trying to get shit coming out. And he's like, I couldn't do it because I couldn't shit on my wife. And then finally he's like, I mustered enough energy to push out a small little turd. And he's like, but when I was pushing, I felt something around my asshole. The girl's mouth was on his asshole, and he was just like grossed out by it. And I don't know. I forgot I was going with the story because it's just like so weird. But what is one kink thing that you wouldn't want to do? That
Anything with feces, no, why? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I guess it's kink shaming. I don't fucking never heard of that, but there's shaming for everything nowadays. But I mean,
she's like the love of my life, the mother of my child, wanted me to shit on her.
I'm traumatized. That's disgusting.
Because I mean, okay, in middle school there was the whole 2 girls 1 cup, and have y'all seen that?
Yeah, okay, I heard it was fake.
How was that fake?
Like,
did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
There was shit coming out of buttholes.
Oh yeah, but it was like it was just like some kind of like I don't know, some kind of chocolate shit that they put up their ass and that comes out like.
Either way, it was in the area where shit was or shit is.
God.
So that like shit, there's always been shit that's like why do people, I don't know, like there's even like pissing shit, like weird kink pissing shit.
Uh-huh.
Like what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like why are people turned on by that shit?
Yeah. Well, okay. To answer that question, to like ask a more specific question, like have you ever been with a girl or something, or a guy, I don't know about you, that's wanting to like have something specifically done to them? Like I had a girl once, she's like, punch me in the face. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking punch you. She's like,
punch, not a slap.
No, like a punch. She's like, I want you to punch me. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then she called me a pussy and like kind of kicked me out of her house.
And she punched you?
No.
Like, you fucking bitch. No, I've never like a specific action. No.
No.
Oh.
Fuck. Well, okay.
But that type of shit, like, just to speak about it, because it is a thing that exists in life. Like, it's anything. It's like any other thing. Like, I'm not even trying to be weird about it, but like, it's insane to me. And I know there's people who find, like, there's all kinds of crazy shit, bondage and all kinds of insane fucking shit. But that's crossing. There's a line. There's a fucking line, and I'm not crossing that fucking line.
Rule number 1: no doo doo.
Yeah, no doo doo.
Yeah, I mean it's weird how some people are just like they can't get hard or can't get turned on if they're not doing that specific kink. Like
yeah, but maybe it's because like, is it because they partake in that action once and they know what sensation they get and they're trying to achieve that again, like a drug addict or something?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Trying to achieve that specific sensation.
Yeah.
It's like the whole pegging thing. Like, I've heard and read that like on a man messing with your prostate, it enhances your fucking orgasm and shit. But like, I don't know, it's fucking scary.
Yeah, I really didn't have nowhere to go with this story. I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was so funny.
It is fucking funny. It's fucking insane.
I mean, I was gonna read it, and it's better written than the way I explained it. But I was
I think because you read it to me beforehand, and it's explained good. It weirded me the fuck out both times.
But I'll put a link in the description or like in the comments so you guys can read it yourselves.
Yeah, you do that. I'm not gonna touch that shit.
So, what are your thoughts on it?
I was raised that poop comes out of there and it's the dirtiest thing in the world. That's what they told me. Like, don't touch your poop. Don't ever do that. Whatever. Stay away from the butt. No butt stuff. And I have a phobia of that stuff. And it grosses me out to know that people like lick it. And yeah, I'm not. Dude, that's doo doo, man.
What about with pee pee?
But it's washed. It's like, but it's doo doo. Like, it's poop.
What about with pee pee?
Well, I don't get the question.
Urine.
No, fuck that. That's disgusting too. That's waste. That's disgusting.
You're not gonna Bill Grylls it and just fucking drink your own pee.
Fuck what?
Yeah,
No.
Bear Grylls, man. You remember Bear Grylls?
No, man. I'm a survivor, but I'm not gonna drink my own piss.
No, you would never drink your own piss if you're trying to survive.
No.
Then you're not surviving, dog.
Oh, then I guess I'm dead.
Would you drink your own piss?
I mean, I've had like a lime or something.
So he wants it spiced up with salt in the rim.
So you just have like you're in the where the limes naturally grow.
I don't know. No, it's a no. That's enough for me, dog.
Straight up, I'll probably drink my own piss if I'm surviving.
Next episode, we're having a live
piss drinking
drinking contest. Yeah, see who drinks the most. And it's me.
No, but it's gonna be Russian roulette. So we're gonna put it in 3 shot glasses, mix them, and then we figure out who's.
Yeah, and then it's all piss at the end of it.
No, it's one of each, and so we never know.
Oh, we know whose it is. Oh God! But it's like labeled on the other side or something, or in post. Oh, wait, we'd have never know.
Spoilers, it's all my piss.
No, dude, you know what I was, today we were watching, I don't know if y'all ever saw the Netflix, I don't know, it's not Netflix exclusive, I think it came out on HBO or something, but the O.J. Simpson trials.
No, I haven't watched
the one that they recreated, did you see it?
With, Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Yeah, with Cuba Gooding, he plays O.J.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first season on Netflix. The second season just came out, and it's the trials against Joey Versace.
Okay, yeah.
Or what's his name?
Yeah.
Something Versace, the Versace guy. I don't know anything about it. I didn't even know the guy's name. I don't know who he was, whatever. I knew about Versace, but not because of him. Because of rappers, right? Anyway, I'm watching my girl's watching it right now on Netflix, and it's actually pretty cool. But they were playing this song called by Anita Bryant called Self Control, and it's like an 80s song. And it played, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I fucking love this song. And Ricky, my girl, was like, why is this song? And I'm like, this is from GTA Vice City. And Vice City had did you play Vice City? Mm-hmm. And it had a bunch of 80s, soundtrack music. So on the drive over here from over there, I literally looked up GTA Vice City soundtrack, and I was just going through the 80s station, or the pop music station for Vice City. And I was just jamming all that shit, dude. And I was just like, fuck, like how much soundtracks from video games in my childhood, like Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, all the Tony Hawk games, like how it influenced my music taste and shit. Like,
oh yeah.
So I was just going on this trip of like old soundtrack music and stuff, and I was just like, it just makes me, it takes me back. You know what I mean? But I realized I also have Vice City downloaded on my PS4, and I just want to play it again, just to listen to the soundtrack again. And then also like within the radio stations on every Grand Theft Auto, they had their own personalities that they recorded on there.
Yeah.
And they would say some fucking ridiculous shit, and I'm just like, dude, that's so fucking awesome. Like, did you, like, as a kid, do you remember like what some of your favorite soundtracks or games that you liked because of the music and shit?
Hands down, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, Superman. That fucking song.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1?
Yeah, I fucking love that song. Like,
I fucking love the Need for Speed Underground soundtrack.
Underground 2 or?
I don't remember. I just know it was a Need for Speed game, and like it just had Black Betty, boom boom.
Oh, okay. For me, it was like Tony Hawk's Underground, the first one, is what really influenced my hip hop choices and why I was getting into hip hop and shit. And I was just like, so many like undiscovered artists and shit. And I'm just like, dude, there's so much music on here. And then speaking of racing games, I didn't even think about it, but Midnight Club 3,
yeah,
Dub Edition, the whole Los Angeles on PS2, that had Kid Cudi's Day and Night when it fucking like blew up, Day and Night. Yeah, and me and my brother just racing, like creating cars and shit. I don't know. I don't know why I went into that. I was gonna open up with that like before we opened up, but because it really fucking touched me. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, there's very few games that.
Where did he touch you?
It
touched you.
The clown.
It pegged him.
Yeah, Peggy-wise, the pegging clown touched me. Nah, I guess I was just going into a trip because like I don't know, just thinking about my childhood and like the soundtracks to games and shit.
Oh yeah,
there's not very many. I mean, unless it's a racing game, but there's not. Everything's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? There's not. Well, actually, in Red Dead 3, they have a bunch of fucking dope music in there. Like old westernish type music that I've
Yeah.
like that the cowboys sing, like the Mexican Javier. He sings a song by Pedro Infante, which is a ranchero Mexican singer, and he sings like ranchero music like Vicente Fernandez, and he's singing a song, and I'm like, holy shit, like
Really?
yeah.
Okay, I need to go back.
He
and
sings a
listen.
song, yeah, and it's a really nice song.
I like skimmed through that game. I just wanted to get the story out of the way. I didn't really like spend much time in like the world or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't really either, but through YouTube I learned that because I listened to the song and then somebody commented, "Oh, Javier sings this in Red Dead 3," and I'm like, "That's so fucking cool," you know, shit like that.
Cool.
Did you have anything else?
No.
All right, I'm gonna bring up something, guys. I'm gonna read the article. A white couple who have had tanning injections to turn their skin darker have appeared on This Morning. It's a UK show, claiming that doctors told them that their future children would be born black. Newly married couple model Martha Big, 30, from Germany, and Michael Irwin, 31, have both had tanning injections using melatonin, a synthetic hormone, to darken their skin. Martha Big hit the headlines previously due to her plastic surgery, which took her to a breast size 32S. And we're going to put a picture of her before. This is her before. And this is her and her husband
Lord.
after.
Oh shit!
This is her before.
Yeah, that's her before, and that's her after. So we're going to put the photos set aside so you guys can see them. But these motherfuckers, dude, like, how dumb do you have to be? Like, first of all, like, whatever you want to do it, you know? Like, that's your choice. Like, you want to fuck up your life or you want to look like a certain way, like, do whatever you want. Secondly, though, like, why the fuck would you think this is a good idea? And why do you think doctors would be like, oh, yeah, you injected your skin for your skin to be dark. You're going to have a black baby. It's like, how do people think like that?
Well, they said though synthetic hormone, is it gonna affect their actual DNA or something?
I mean, I don't think
Is
so.
what I'm
but
saying. Like, but even then, there's so much chance of the pigment of a child's skin. You know what I mean? Of your offspring's skin to come out.
Yeah.
Like,
So basically, this
They're,
white couple
yeah.
had a baby, but the woman dyed her skin black, and she wanted to have a black baby.
No, like they haven't had the baby yet. So they dye their skin black with injections with this hormone thing to have a black baby.
That doesn't work that way.
I mean, according to her doctors, it does.
I mean, we're not doctors, but if there's this synthetic hormone thing that is affecting the way your offspring can, because isn't there already the whole CRISPR or whatever
Yes.
of
Yeah, but I don't think it's that specific yet. Like, it's not like you want fucking purple skin. All right, here you go, purple skin. I don't think it's that specific yet. I think it's just them being fucking like fame hungry people. Just like, oh, well, you know what? Like, my breast size is 32S. Look at my big old titties. And then she's like, you know what? That's not enough. I need something else to get onto the news again. So they did this shit. I want to say this is like one big elaborate like prank or like scam just to get famous.
attention, just to get
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
So dumb.
She looks ridiculous,
Yeah.
straight up. But I mean, if you didn't see the before, what would you say about to the person
I
at
mean-
the after?
I mean, she looks like a fucking just burnt.
Barbie doll.
Yeah. She's like a burnt like lady. Like, she doesn't look like she's black.
Yeah.
She just looks burnt.
And that was her husband there?
Yeah. I mean, you know, her husband didn't go out the whole way either. He just looks like light skin.
Well, yeah, but he didn't take it yet, or he did too.
They both did.
Well, how come he looks so white?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's just like, you know what? You go ahead.
He probably saw it first. He's like, oh, fuck, I'm not doing that.
That's so indirectly racist on so many levels. To me, at least. Like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
someone who wants to identify as it's yet to happen. Somebody wants to identify as like a Mexican. Or
I mean-
someone wants to identify as a black person.
Well, I
Like,
mean, didn't Rachel Dolezal do that?
Who?
Rachel Dolezal. She was a white woman that she got tan and just grew her hair out and got like dreads, and she was
Well, she identified as a black lady.
yeah. She said she was black and all this other stuff, and like her husband was black and her son is black, but like she was a white woman before, and like she was head of the NAACC or some black community like organization.
Yeah.
For her like community, and then they're just like, yo, you're not black though. So she's like, yes, I am. They're like, no, like this is you from like college or high school, like blonde girl or whatever. Which, I mean, like I said, like do whatever the fuck you want. Just, I don't know, just don't be stupid with it.
That's the thing. People are missing some shit, I think. Like, people do, either they're missing some shit or it's just an attention thing. Like,
Yeah.
just to get some form of attention and fame or be infamous.
Infamous. Yeah. Well, I don't know, you guys, have you seen that Fire Festival documentary on Netflix and Hulu?
Nope.
Well, that's what like the guy that made the Fire Festival happen. Like they were just scamming people out of money, and they're like, "Oh shit, we need more money to make this happen." It's like, all right, well, then just some more packages. Like they had nothing ready, they had nothing done, but they were just like, "Nah, it's gonna be the best thing in real life." And
Was Ja Rule part of it?
yeah.
Was it like a music festival? Or?
Yeah, it was
It was to do a fire festival, and it was FYRE or something.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like some music festival in the Bahamas or something.
Uh-huh.
And when they got there, it was just like a bunch of female tents, and like they had no food, they had no artists, they had nothing what they promised, and people were just like,
They scammed people out of thousands and thousands of dollars.
yeah. And I haven't watched the documentary yet, but apparently like the night before it was supposed to happen, they were like, fuck it, let's just get drunk and like party the night before people get here, and they're just gonna take off, and they took off. So people got there and they're like, yo, where's everybody? And nobody was there to like answer the questions other than like the low level people that were supposed to work the event.
Yeah, it was like a class action lawsuit against
Holy
them.
shit! How recent was this? Or
I want to say like
I
a
never
year or
heard of
two
that.
ago.
A year or two ago.
Jesus Christ, I had never heard of that.
Insane. I mean, what do y'all think of the new setup?
It's getting there, man. We're trying some things. We're experimenting with each other. No, yeah, it's getting there, man. We got some nice stuff going on. Bringing a change to the Laugh and Death podcast. What's that there?
So this is a game that I bought at a store, obviously, and we're gonna test each other's friendships, and then we can. So I'll ask the question, and you all answer it for me, and then we will answer it for each other. Cool.
Sure.
So, what is my favorite smell?
What's not poop? I want to say it's like
Monster energy drink.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
Because
really
I know
good one.
if you like open it, you'll be like, you're gonna get this like this impact of energy and shit, and just like, oh.
I was gonna say like orange, like anything orange flavored or like scented.
Yeah, I do love orange, but fucking Monster. Oh, dude, that's fucking.
Do I
sick.
like win a thing? There's like
I mean,
I'm holding. I
Not
know
really.
more of the.
what do you think Alex's favorite smell is?
Grass.
It might be butt.
I was gonna say fart box.
I want to say like some grassy stuff, like
Like natural.
yeah, like right after you cut a grass, like the
Ooh.
like grass.
I'm
That
into that.
smell.
That's dope. Yeah.
What do you think? I'm into that. That's
Your
getting there.
favorite smell? I think it's the smell of your own farts. I honestly do. I think you dig your own flavor, your own brand.
Nah, I find it funny. I'll bask in it. Like when I'm driving in the van.
Don't even. You just hotbox yourself.
It's like that type of thing where it's like you smell it to re-believe it. Like fuck, that came out of me, but you don't like it.
Yeah,
It
but
is-
you just don't mind it because you're like,
Yeah.
it's mine.
Yeah.
It's me. You
But
know?
I don't think it's that. I mean, grass. I like a shit like that, like random shit like
Yeah.
that. You know,
Yeah. But what is your favorite smell though? Like
it would be like for some reason it's because I remember as a kid, like when we would go to Mexico and stuff, our grandma would make us burn like trash, like paper, like stuff,
Okay.
like because we wouldn't throw it away. There was
Yeah.
nowhere to
yeah, no.
There wasn't a-
system.
dumpster guy driving up to pick up your trash, so they would just burn it. We just burn it all. You know what I mean? Plastics, everything. And I don't know why that smell, like, it reminds me of my childhood being out there and stuff in Mexico and, like, the smell of, like, burning trash. I don't know why. It's because it's very,
That's a whole metaphor for your life, dude.
yeah, it's
It's a
very,
pile of burning trash.
fuck. It's very just, like,
Distinct,
distinct, yeah. Some shit like that.
What do you think Fernie's favorite smells?
a good like some type of breakfast sandwich,
Ooh.
like you know,
Huevos.
some type of like nice cooked up sandwich or something like that.
What do you think, David?
Fabric softener.
Oh, what kind of?
Febreze, motherfucker.
I don't know, but dude, back in the day, I would when I would first open with Fernie or whatever, I'd be like, he walked by me like, it smells like Foca, the seal detergent. It's like, oh man, that's like that smells like.
Honestly, my
distinct.
favorite smell is like anything like lavender scented, like candles and shit. So
Oh,
yeah, so
those
you look-
romantic times.
Yeah. So you look close to that.
Let me see. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how funny am I?
I already said this. I think you're a solid like 6 on good days, like a going up to like 7, 8.
like a 4.
Really?
It's like a solid 6. Like strong, you're a solid 6.
No, yeah,
Because
yeah.
we're gonna rank
Like
each
it's
other.
strong.
No.
We're gonna
Yeah.
so if you all rank me as 6, I know I'm funnier than you all. So you all are
No
gonna rank
way.
lower than I am. I'm pretty fucking funny.
To me, I'm being honest, like it's solid 6. But because the way we're ranking each other shouldn't affect
It should.
what? No, it shouldn't.
Yes, because I want to know who's the funniest of us 3.
No, I mean we all have different. We all have different level like of things that hit us differently in our head and how we think of this scale. So, I mean, it might be kind of a bad question. But if you're saying 1 through 10, I mean, shit. 5 is being average. You're above average. So that's great.
Barely.
I'm saying on good days,
Wow.
it's like a 7.
Wow. That's cool.
What? You want me to say you're a 10? No,
No, I know I'm
nobody's
not a
fucking
10, but I'm a good 9.9.
6.9.
And this is how the Laugh and Death podcast broke up.
Yeah.
How funny do you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how funny do you think Alex is?
I want to say good.
You're going to
8.
do it to spite me. Wow. Nope. I don't think so. I think you're like a 5.5. If I'm a 6, you're a 5.5.
Fernie, like,
I want to say a range between like a 1 and a.
the thing is,
7.
you have you have like you never know when you're gonna pop off.
Who took my baseball?
Okay, with that shit, you're a fucking 12. No, like, no, straight up, like, because I'm saying you have random moments where you just fucking fire off and throw shots and fuck Jesus and shit. And I think you're like a 4.5. You know,
Yeah.
Damn, so below average.
I
Okay.
think the only reason you would rate me like that is because I'm constantly talking shit.
Yeah.
You know, like just to see if something fucking hits, but most of it doesn't. So I'm like a 6 or something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You just go.
Oh yeah, what do you think about? Oh, you just said 5.5, right?
Just because you said I was a 6.
Well, you are a 6.
Wow. That's fucked up.
It's above average.
We run a comedy podcast and none of us are funny.
It's a conversational podcast.
Yeah, but we're trying to be funny.
I'm not doing stand up and shit. Is what I'm saying.
What's
I
the
mean,
deal with airplane food? Airline?
You just went down to a 3, buddy.
Fuck. Last question. Am I a good liar?
No.
No.
I'm not.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the fact that you also don't lie. So when you do, it's easy to tell. Because you're always saying like what's like the thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, you don't really
Do you
lie.
think Fernie's a good liar? I think he's the best liar.
Nah,
He's
you have
so
an easy
reserved. He's so reserved
tell. I don't
that
think
even when you call him on something, he's just like,
Hey man, I think you're funny, so it's all good.
I think you're funny too, Fernie.
oh, sarcastic. I like that. You went back up, buddy. in my eyes. Nah, yeah. Do you think I'm a good liar?
No.
No.
I want to say yeah. Just because you always talk shit, so I think like
I don't think you've ever lied to me.
you could just bullshit your way through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you had to.
I fucking boy
You
who
know
cried
what?
wolf shit is what I am.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I think you're full of shit though,
Oh,
because I think
am.
you're downplaying this whole baby dick thing. So then when you're finally intimate, you're just like, oh,
what am I gonna get intimate with you so you can see how fucking not big it is?
It's not that small. Like,
No,
you know,
man. You know
you're
what?
just-
I've only recently been coming out with the size of my dick because now I'm in a comfortable, stable relationship. I don't fucking like. I have her hooked. 3 years, baby. Small dick all day. 2019.
Small dick club. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, those are cool, dude. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Even though you got mad.
Why?
I mean, but when doesn't he? Whenever he has a question like that.
What do you mean?
Some type of validation, right? It's just validation for yourself. Like,
I just want to know where we stand. That's just it. We're good, man.
yeah, cool. So we need to do more of those. That what is it called? Friendship.
Testing friendship.
Testing friendships. That's pretty fun. Thank you guys for listening to us here at the Laugh and Death Podcast. Make sure you follow us once again on Instagram at Laugh and Death Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/laughanddeath. Go ahead and hit the notification bell on our YouTube channel so you get notified each time we drop a new video. It really helps us out to get this content to you guys and so you guys can respond to our content and what we're putting out and stuff. And yeah, make sure... shout out again to Leo and B Hill and Alex for those great questions. It was really fun to open up the podcast with that and talk about those topics. It's like rapid fire type stuff we can talk about because sometimes I come to the table and I don't, maybe not have a topic, but you guys can really help us out. So if you guys want some more audience engagement, just check us out on Instagram. We're really active on Instagram. But yeah, guys, my name is Alex and I have Fern
And Dave.
and Dave and Dave rated 6, actually. It's his new nickname.
Dave point oh.
Dave .6.
Dave point 6. All right.
Thank you guys. Thanks for listening, guys.
Bitch ass.